What's up? How you doing? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Listen, Tom has asked again for a truce. Can you believe this? Again, Tom asked for a truce. I told him no. No, 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 no. Absolutely not. Just in case you're getting in on this right now, I'm the guy. I'm the guy. And my name is pronounced Voyou, by the way. Voyou. Like wagyu. Voyou. I'm the guy that's been saying that the 1959 Les Paul, the 1960 Les Paul, the 1958 Les Paul is not the greatest guitar ever made. Not the greatest guitar ever made. Okay. And I'm proving it piece by piece. I'm chipping away at the stone piece by piece until this monolithic structure built on lies, legend, and myth is crumbled down so we can all be on the same level playing field and we can go from there. Okay. Now, this guy, Tom Bukovac, okay, which I'd never heard of. Now, I'm not joking when I say that. I've never heard of the guy. I don't know who he is. Okay. I have no idea who he is. I never heard his name. When I grew up, okay, I grew up in an era where there was no internet. Okay. So I got all or a lot of my material from Guitar Player magazine. You would go to a bookstore or a really shopping, what do they call it? A grocery store. And there would be a magazine rack there. Believe it or not, there was no internet. You couldn't get online and just look stuff up. So we go to a bookstore and look in the magazine rack, and there'd be Guitar Player magazine, Guitar World, and Guitar for the Practicing Musician. That's where I got a lot of my information when I was a young man. Not one time in any of these magazines, and I bought hundreds of these magazines, not one time was the name Tom Bukovac ever in there. Okay? Not one time. Never heard of the guy. And I'm being completely serious. I had never heard of the guy. Okay. I get on YouTube, I look, I watch a lot of guitar videos. So there's one came up like, Nashville Guthrie Trapp playing in Nashville. I go, what's that? What's that? Listen to that. Guy's good. The Guthrie Trapp can rip. He's a real guitar player. Then more videos come in my feed of Guthrie Trapp. And then there's one that says Guthrie Trapp Tom Bukovac live. Okay, I'll watch it. I'm okay. It wasn't like I went, oh, Tom, Tom, No, I just went, I'll watch this video. Okay. And Guthrie Trapp's ripping all over this guy. And I go, okay. Then some more Tom Bukovac videos come up. I don't know. I ended up watching one of them. I thought, well, is there something going to happen here? What's the big deal? I don't get it. So then when I say, well, I don't know who this guy is, I get attacked. I get attacked. Oh, Tom, look at Wikipedia. Here's a Wikipedia entry. Something about the guy's got accolades. I don't know. I don't know the guy. So I say very, 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 very soundly, very, very down to earth, very rooted. I say, let me hear his best solo. Is that too much to ask from a guitar player? Let me hear your best solo. Hey guys, instead of quoting Wikipedia, why don't you send me his best solo? All you Tom bootlickers. Crickets. Nothing. No response. Nobody's ever sent me a link to any solo he's ever played where they went, yeah, this is a good one. This is my favorite Tom solo. This is the best solo Tom ever played. I'm still asking guys, please enlighten me, help me out. Send me Tom's best solo. Send it, please. Send it to me. I want to hear it. I love guitar. I've been playing guitar since I was 9 years old, man. I'm what Tom calls a lifer. I still play to this day. I play 3 to 5 hours a night. I love playing guitar. I love guitar. I want to hear Tom's best solo. I want to hear it. Never heard it. Don't know anything he's ever done. Never. I couldn't name one riff the guy's ever played. I'm sorry. Hate. I don't care. I don't know. So anyway, I'm getting attacked by his bootlickers, and I'm getting attacked by Tom. But Tom, I'm going to take the high road, Tom. I'm going to take the high road. I'm not going to get involved in this personal exchange. So, Bukovac, if you want to stoop down to a low level and continue to attack me, you go ahead, Bukovac. That's up to you. I'm taking the high road. Okay? Now, we're going to go back here to where Tom talks about, well, he insults me, says I can't play guitar. And hey, look, guys, if you want to hear me play guitar, which this is a side note, I have a SoundCloud page, VOYXU, Boys U. It's got tons of my songs on there, songs that I wrote, I produced, I play keyboards on, I recorded, I played every instrument on there, I sing on there, I play guitar on there. You know, you want to listen to my guitar playing? It speaks for itself. I don't have to defend myself. I've got sonic examples of me playing guitar. I don't have to defend myself. Listen to it and see what you think. I'm not worried about it, man. I don't have to stand up and go, no, Tom, I'm good. I don't have to do that. I don't care. I don't care what Tom Bukovac thinks about anything, really. And he lies constantly. So not only do I not care, the guy lies. I wouldn't even listen to him anyway if he gave me advice because he lies constantly. And he's an egotistical, narcissistic maniac. All right. So, wait. By the way, just want to let you guys know, Tom, you ain't the only one. You ain't the only one that's got connections in Nashville, Tom. I don't live that far from Nashville. One of my old singers used to travel back and forth between here and Nashville to do gigs. I know people in Nashville, Tom. And you know what I found out, Tom? There's a lot of people in Nashville that despise you. They hate you, Tom. I don't know what you did. They don't like you, Tom. And I unearthed a tape sent to me. And this tape shows that Tom, without any of the studio tricks, without any of the studio effects, what he really sounds like. I've got the tape. I've got the proof. Okay, Tom? It's been sent to me. So I'm going to play that for you guys. Just hold on. It's going to come after we talk about the 59 because I want to stay on track here, Tom. I want to stay on the 59. Despite your personal attacks, despite your disparaging, despite your pettiness, Tom, I'm going to stay on track. Okay? Now, this is what he says. He says he would take advice. This is Tom Bukovac. He would take advice. Let him talk. Go ahead, Tom.
Owns some bursts and has played a couple hundred bursts, maybe like me, for example, or many other people, made a video where they were trying to say that there are some things about these modern guitars that are...
Okay, Tom. So you are willing to listen to somebody who's played some bursts, right? You can't listen to me.
Thing.
You can't listen to me because I haven't owned bursts and I haven't played a hundred of them. By the way, Tom, I know you're lying, dude.
If a guy who's owned some bursts and has played a couple hundred bursts, maybe like me, for example.
See, here goes the little humble brag again. Oh, just somebody like me who's played 100 bursts. Oh, just someone. Oh no, it's not a big deal, guys. Just someone like me. Tom, get over yourself, man. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to take the high road. I don't believe Tom has played 100 bursts or 200 bursts. I don't believe that. I do not believe that. If you think about Nashville, how many have been there? How many are in the city? How many have been through there? I don't think he's played 200. I really don't. Okay. But he just says a couple hundred. See, this is how I know he's lying, because he lied about me using the word a couple dozen. He lied using the word couple already. So he's using a couple hundred. That's suspect, Tom. I mean, I might give you 50. I might give you 50, because these guys would show up at the Dallas Guitar Show. If you've ever been down there, they would show up with their bursts. Hey, look at me. I got bursts. They weren't even going to sell some of them. They would just bring them down there to look at. But so I've seen, I know he could have access to some. He's in Nashville, but not a couple hundred. So he's saying if somebody had a couple hundred bursts, if somebody had played one, I would listen to them. I would listen to them. He's not going to listen to me, because I'm just some random guy that's been playing guitar since he was 9 years old. No, he doesn't know anything about guitar. Me, Tom Bukovac, I know all about guitars. But he'd listen to somebody. He would listen to somebody who maybe had played a couple hundred bursts like him. Okay, Tom, I found somebody. Hey, Tom. Hey, Bukovac, I found somebody. He's played a couple hundred bursts. And this guy who's played a couple hundred bursts, by the way, he's on a what do they call it? Official Gibson channel. Gibson TV. He's on Gibson TV, their official Gibson channel. And you know what they're calling him? The authority on burst Les Paul guitars, Tom. Mm-hmm. So I found a guy, Tom, that's played a couple hundred bursts, that Gibson, the company that made the burst, the company that makes replicas of the burst, the company who made your sacred guitar, they're calling this guy the authority. Not an authority, Tom. The authority. Now, Mr. Bukovac, I want you to ask yourself why Gibson didn't send one of their lackeys down to your house with a film crew to hear what you had to say about bursts. I wonder why, Tom. I wonder why Gibson, the upper management at Gibson wasn't going, you know, that guy, Tom Bukovac, you know, the greatest guitar player in the world, he's got a burst. We should go down there and talk to him. You notice, Tom, nobody said that at the upper management at Gibson. Nobody. Not one person brought your name up in the Gibson Corporation to consult you about anything, Tom. Nothing. Okay, here's their guy, Tom, that they're calling the authority on burst. And it ain't you, buddy. Like I said, I'm taking the high road here. I'm just talking about the burst. Okay, Tom, you do whatever you want. I'm going to stick to the subject. Joe Bonamassa is telling you right here, he got his first quote unquote burst in 2010. But that's the first one he owned. And he said, since then, the floodgates have opened. Like people bring him to the shows and show him the burst. So since then, listen to him. Here you go. Right here. He says this.
And I think we've documented between myself and Mike Hickey, we've documented over 200.
So here you go, Tom. They've documented him. And it says my crew here, but it's Mike Hickey. There's a guy named Mike Hickey, guitar player, and he loves bursts too. So, Tom, here we have a guy that Gibson is calling the authority on Gibson bursts. And he's saying he has played, they've documented over 200. Now, Tom, when I ask you, oh, you played over 200? Which ones did you play? I bet you couldn't name 5 of them. I bet you couldn't name 5 of them. This guy's documented. So every time he's seen a burst and played it, he's documented it. He's got documentation, a picture, of him with the guy, a note, something. They've documented them, Tom. So we know for a fact that this guy has been around 200 of these things, or him and his buddy have been around 200 of these things. Okay. You're just sitting in your sad little room here saying that you did it and expecting us to believe it, by the way, which I don't. I don't believe it one bit. All right. So you'll listen to him. You'll listen to this guy, right, on the burst. And because you're going to listen to somebody who's played over 200 bursts. So now listen to Joe, what he says. Listen to what Joe says. First of all, they kind of sum it up here in the this is Premier Guitar. Once again, a very reliable source of guitar. They do rig rundowns. It's a great little channel. I think they have a magazine too, an online magazine. Bonamassa is known for his dazzling collection of vintage guitars. Tom, Premier Guitar didn't show up at your house and do an hour and 30 minutes with you talking about your dazzling vintage collection. Take note, Tom. Once again, guys, I'm taking the high road here. I'm talking about guitar with this guy, Tom. Okay, just stay with me here. Bonamassa is known for his dazzling collection of vintage guitars, which he said has become a target for haters. But he explains, Tom, so he explains to you, the guy that's documented 200 plus guitars is explaining to you now, Tom, listen, you don't need a 58 Les Paul to get the goods. Point blank, Tom. It's also the mystique. If Jimmy Page played a Tokai, everyone would want a Tokai. A guitar made just 2 weeks ago, he said, is just as good as a classic. You hear that, Tom? That's been my point. That's what I've been saying. I said a new one could be just as good as a 58. And I get bashed by Mr. Bukovac that I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm an idiot, and I can't play guitar. Okay, Tom, you want somebody who's been played over 200 bursts that wants to tell you the truth. Here's Joe Bonamassa telling you straight up, a guitar made 2 weeks ago is just as good as a classic. Okay, Tom? And then he even says right here, an Epiphone will get you there. Listen to this.
You'll see it on the interwebs. We're about to do this with Reverb, and you can go out and buy an Epiphone or a 1980s Les Paul Studio, plug it into a relatively cheap amp and a relatively common pedal. Mm-hmm. And if you know how to drive it, it's going to sound great.
Mm-hmm. There you go, Tom. He's telling you could have an Epiphone. You could have a Les Paul Studio, one of the lowest Les Paul models. That's why I said Les Paul Studio. Picked out one of the lower actual Gibson models. So he's saying you can have an imitation Gibson. You can have the lowest Gibson, one of the lower models. I think what is that one? The Tribute might be even cheaper than a Studio, but a very low line Gibson, like not the custom shop, just a regular low line Gibson, affordable guitar, reasonable amp, and a pedal, not a no balls, probably a tube screamer. And you can get a great sound from a guy who's played 200 of your bursts, Tom. So since you didn't want to listen to me, son, since you didn't want to listen to what I had to say, hopefully Joe can talk some sense into you. Okay? Now, listen, guys. I know people in Nashville, okay? They hate Tom. They don't like this guy. I don't blame them. But they sent me a tape, a studio tape. Now you're going to have to, there's no, what do you call it? Visual. There's no, it wasn't recorded on a camera. It's recorded in the studio. Audio. It's an audio tape. Okay. Of Tom in the studio. Okay. And you're going to hear Tom In the studio, Tom has the luxury of doing take after take after take. So it could be you hear him play something, which once again I've never heard, but you heard him play something. It could be the 47th time he tried it. So he's got to practice it 47 times before he actually got it right. And then his old guitar and his old beat up amp has to be mic'd with a good mic. It has to go through a certain console with a certain preamp, and it's got to be EQ'd out, and it's got to be compressed, and it's got to be whatever, 18 outboard effects. Then they got to put 19, effects on it to get Tom to sound good. I got proof because I got the unfiltered tape. There's no effects on his guitar. There's no compressor. It's just his straight guitar right there, like no effects. Okay. And you can hear what this guy sounds like. So this is a tape from a Nashville studio. I want you to hear this. Okay.
All right, we ready to cut this track. I want you to bring in that boy, what his name, Tom Bukovac. Bring him in here. We're gonna have him play. Oh, Tom, how you doing? Now, what kind of guitar did you bring with you, boy? You brought 1999 or 2000 Les Paul 58. That don't make no sense, boy. 2058? What? 1958? You bring that old hunk of garbage in here, look like some baby puked on it. Yeah, oh my God. Well, son, we got a $400,000 Neve console up in this studio, so we gonna make you sound good, boy. That's what we gonna do. So, that's how I work in the studio. No matter how good you are, how bad you are, we gonna make you sound good, son. Now, let me tell you about this song. This song was about a degenerate. I'm sure you know all about that now, don't you, boy? Anyway, this song is about a degenerate. He at the bottom of his rope. He been drinking. He been doing all kinds of things he know he shouldn't be doing. Tom, can you relate to that, boy? Anyway, now, our vocalist gonna come in here, and after she sing Shattered My Hopes and My Dreams, you gonna come in with your old beat up guitar, boy. Okay? You understand that? Now you play it good for me, boy, cause I'm paying you good money. All right now, Tommy Bukovac, you come in here. You ready? All right, here we go. Now roll that tape, boys. Oh my God. Oh my God. Tom, that ain't what we looking for, son. Oh my God. Now, I want you to think back. I hired you here because all my friends told me you played on a Darius Rucker recording. Now I want you to think back, Tom. I want you to think back. Tom, you know that song where Darius Rucker sing about that canned spaghetti? He talk about eating that canned spaghetti and drinking that wine. You remember that song? Now, I want you to think about the heart and the soul that Darius Rucker put into that recording, boy. Now, Tom, I want you to dig down as deep into your empty soul as you can. And I want you to take that beat up old guitar that looked like a baby puked on it, and I want you to play your heart out for me, boy. Now, Tom, here we go again. Now, you get one more chance at this, cause we ain't paying you no more money, boy. When she say, "Sat on my hopes and my dreams," you come in with your ugly ass baby puke looking guitar and you play your heart out, boy. You ready? Here we go. Roll that tape. Oh my God. Charlie, what the hell we gonna do with this? We can fix it in post. All right. Okay, Tom, you done.
All right, guys, that's it. I'll see you next time.